Hey, what's going on? You're tuning in live on Another Perspective on www.intellectualradio.com. Well, I'm your host, Chris Davis. As you can see, I'm the only one that's holding it down for right now, but staying tuned and we're going to keep it moving. But anyway, hope everybody had a good turnout for the weekend. I know it was the Bud Billiken Parade for the weekend. Chance the Rapper held it down, and Barack Obama said a good positive speech on Chicago's very own. But at the same time, we just had some difficult miscommunication and also some violence that happened throughout the weekend at the Bud. 2 people got shot, and hopefully that they came out good and keep them in your family in their prayers. But at the same time, we just want to keep everything in a positive role. So again, all this violence that's been going on in Chicago, not just in Chicago, but in different towns like in Charleston, Virginia, where this young lady lost her life this last Wednesday. So prayers go out. I'm sending prayers and condolences out to her family. She was a protester against the white supremacists who stood up for what she believed in. And again, she lost her life due to such tragic moments while she was protesting. But again, we just want to keep things flowing. Again, I'm just going to talk about something else different for right now. So I have a lot of stuff on my mind right now. Technically, I haven't been brought this up amongst myself. So here it goes. So I hope somebody's listening, but I'm just going to say something about family members. Let's talk about family members. So I understand that people have long ways of keeping they distance from family, which is understandable, because I guess people are funny because they don't know where they at, their situations, they don't know where they live at. I understand that. But life is too short. At the end of the day, life is too short. And again, it's like, for instance, I lost my mom and I lost my dad. And it's hard right now out here. And we coming together, and I appreciate the support that my sisters and brothers are coming. But when it comes to the money for coming together with putting the headstones together, but I'm not putting nobody on blast, but we still going to do this together. So I just want to say that we still going to put things together, and it's going to come out as a good feedback, because pretty soon, once everything is paid off, I promise you, it's going to be posted on Facebook Live, and I'm going to put it down. But again, we're going to come back. We'll take a little break. So I'm going to come back with the family issue. So stay tuned. we're back. I'm your host again, Chris Davis, and you're tuning in on Another Perspective on www.intellectualradio.com, where the panelists discuss on some good topics and we're going to have some criticisms, whatever. Again, we're on Facebook Live. Feel free to drop your comments at the bottom so that way we'll get back in tune with you guys. But again, to my right, we have brother Ace the Real.
Hey, this is Ace the Real on IntellectualRadio.com. Another Perspective is our segment. Let's rock and roll, Chris. Go ahead and finish what you got going on.
So earlier before you came in, what I was discussing about, I know everybody had a pleasant weekend for the Bud Billick Parade. I know it came out pretty good, but such violence that still went on, but because of what's going on in the Chicago violent streets, the hearts of the city of Chicago. But again, two young people had been shot. I think it was on 41st and King Drive. So like I said, keep their families in the prayers and send out some healing in their ways. I'm just sending them positive feedbacks in their realm. So again, also I was talking about the family members that you got to check your loved ones. Some people that probably acting funny about don't want to be around loved ones. I don't know why, because people are still doing their family reunions. So we just discussing about that, and also we was talking about the lady that lost her life in Charleston, Virginia. Her name was Heather Heyer. May she rest in peace. So keep her family in prayer. So give your perspective about again about we're going to talk about the family situations. Aaron.
To give you my perspective on that, first and foremost, anybody dying, white, black, Puerto Rican, red, purple, or green, when you have your civil liberties to free speech, first and foremost. I have two mindsets with that. First, for that lady that lost her life protested about injustices and racism, discrimination against the Ku Klux Klan, that was wrong. But my question is, would have, if it was a black woman, would have had the same amount of television play? And secondly, we've been, as black folk, black people, and people of color, been protesting this for years and years, and we did not get that much of high profile televised television play or radio play. It took a white woman and a white man to kill her to order for it to come abroad. Two, the president that we have that represents the United States sat here and basically condoned what the Ku Klux Klans did, because he didn't acknowledge the fact that it was a racist act when the Klan was protesting, and then it turned violent. Now, let's flip the side.
I got one.
When Donald Trump tried to come to the UIC pavilion, and he saw all those black folks, not only black folks, but he saw white folks banding hands with black folks. He saw Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Chinese, Muslims, and every type of division of people. And also, this is the one day that you saw all gang members from Chicago band hands because they are tired of the injustice. My third, now y'all see what's playing on television, and y'all see how it's unfolding. The people that are clans, Aryan Nation, and other organizations that's racist, they're not wearing capes and masks no more. They are being exposed through government, through our cities, through the neighborhoods, through the policing, through the military, and that shows right then and there that we supposed to, and we should, and we shall have harmony within ourselves and our own communities to check ourselves and see the injustice and stop the violence within ourselves, because it's inner city genocide, worldly genocide, and global genocide. I don't know what's going on, but I see that we should do what's right for our communities and people.
You know, I agree with that 100%. And what my perspective on IntellectualRadio.com is that you have different protests. You have the white supremacist protests and just the regular white protesters. Now, the white supremacist has the power to authorize they public defense. I'm gonna give you a prime example. A white supremacist could be a police officer, a judge, a firefighter, lawyers, your neighbor.
Yeah.
So you have all that. Once they come together, they have the power to either they can live or they have the power to have that person killed. So if we can do that, flip the script around. For instance, how about they come to Chicago and protest?
Yes, exactly.
So what if they how would you feel if let's have them to come out to Chicago and protest? Let's see how many supporters there will be. Especially in the black community.
Right.
No, we're not gonna have that.
We're not
at all.
No, we're not.
So with Donald Trump, who is like in office, that man is like, he only said bits and pieces about the lady that lost her life, Mrs. Heyer, and that, like I said, again, my condolences to her family.
Yes.
Which happened last Wednesday. For those who don't know, Heather Heyer, who lost her life to getting ran over by a car for protesting and fight for what she believed in. Now, have that been the okay, so but have that been the other way around, it would have been a different perspective.
Right.
So, but again, the next topic we're going to talk about with the family members. So my friend Charlene says, okay, so can you tell me if your love or family members and you try to love or care for them, constantly being pushed away from them? Every time you go around your family members, they want to argue, wish death upon you. So what should be done?
What you got to pray for them, because evidently the problem is not with you per se. The problem is with them. Insecurities, problems with jealousy. You got people that have their own problems within themselves. So what you do, you love on them as much as you can, but at the same time, you know, you just fall back and just hope for the best, keep doing what you're doing, live your life, and maybe they catch on to what you're doing, and maybe they have some sense of security about themselves. Because, you know, I have that in my own family, you know, where I've been pushed away from both sides of my family because of them not liking my father, and my father's side not really grasping me as a kid, and I was the first child. So I understand, but I still love them unconditionally.
Right.
I'm not gonna have no ill will against them. Only thing I can do is show them that I'm with them. I love you. I share the same blood, and whatever problems that they have, family can actually mold over that, because it's some deep-rooted stuff that's going on with them, not you, because you haven't did anything to hurt them.
Right.
And if you did when you was younger, or you wasn't on the same page, or maybe you did something to hurt them in the way you talked, or stuff that you said to them, and it hurt them, it actually hurt them deeply. So The best thing for you to do is have a conversation with that person, get it all out, have people not being in y'all business. Y'all have a one-on-one. Y'all squash that beef because y'all see what's going on in the world today. And right now, family is most important than anything.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, the kids is sponges. They're gonna see that, and it's gonna trickle down to them where they're not gonna like their cousins. They're not gonna like their aunties.
Because they was taught about that.
They was taught. You know what I'm saying? And if you like a child, if you teach a child how to say their ABCs from 18 months to 1, whatever the case may be, they're gonna suck that up, even if it's in a rhyme, nursery rhyme. It's the same thing with family. If y'all have a problem, squash it where the kids won't get involved with it, because them kids are gonna hold that same grudge, and they holding a grudge for something they don't even know.
Right.
Now, so do what you got to do.
Well, I have a situation with that. With that being said, I was over at my aunt's house. Now, this was about a month ago, and I'm gonna shorten it. So I wanted to discuss about the family reunion that was coming up, whatever. And I talked to my aunt. Now, actually, I talked to one of my cousins, and I said, "Hey, I want to talk to so and so." And he was like, "Okay." And so he called on the phone and say, "Hey, your cousin wanted to talk to you." And the person was like, "Who?" And then he was like, "Well, me, Chris," and gave me the phone. I said, "Hey," and then all of a sudden she just hung up on me. I'm like, "Whoa." To me, I was like, what did I do wrong? Because back when we was young, I mean, we used to like have fun and hang out, did family stuff together. But now it's like, as you get older, I understand people got their own responsibilities at the end of the day, because you got your own home and your bills and all this, that, and the other. And I understand that, but my problem with that is I don't like when family members come together when somebody loved ones is deceased. And then the kicker is, oh, well, man, we need to do this more often, because, like if we do this more often, I mean, that's not, that to me, that's not cool. I mean, family members is going to always be coming together, whether you're there or not.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. So that, like I said, there's something deep rooted with that situation. And the only thing you can do is love on them. Like I said, focus our lives and center our lives on somebody else's ignorance. We have a task. We have things we have to do. We have kids that's following us. We have people that believes in us. And as long as we have that's supposed to make you push and strive for more. When you have people in your family that's jealous of you or envy of you because they wish they was you, they wish they had the strength as you. Like, say for instance, you got a hardcore dude that's been hardcore all his life, and all of a sudden he's mad at you because of who you are.
Why is that?
Because he wish he was you. He wish he even had the mannerisms, the spirit, and the conviction as you, but he never knew how to bring that out. So the best thing for you to do is give him a guideline without giving them a guideline. That means, okay, let him be your shadow without being a shadow. Let him go with you. Let him see the things that you have to go through just to do your everyday living. That is not easy, but it's fair. So me as a man, I can't be like my little brother. My little brother can't be like me. One of my guys said to me the other day, he said, Ace, your brother love you, and your brother know you love him. You'll go beyond the call of duty. But he want to be his own man, and you got to be your own man. And I had to fall back and I had to think about it. I was like, you know what? You're right. Because I always saw my little brother as my little brother, but I got to understand he's a man. And I have to cut that umbilical cord of me being his big brother, his protector. He's a family man now. He's married. He have to be able to take the bumps and bruises and be able to go through his trials and tribulations on his own without you trying to cover for him. So I had to fall back and think about it. He right. I thought my little brother was gonna be my little brother, but after a while, he grows up too. You know what I'm saying? But that's me trying to cover him, because back in the days, I pushed him away because I didn't want him to be like me. But at the end of the day, he have to take what I have shown him and make it his own. Like, say for instance, because I was out there doing bad, do he do the same thing Big Brother do, or he do something better than Big Brother? Because I don't want nobody to be like me. Even my kids, I tell them in a minute. My oldest son that passed away a long time ago, he used to say, "Daddy, I want to be just like you." I say, "Son, you to be like me, because what I'm going through, you might can't handle it." You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you have to give them people their space and let them control their destiny, because my destiny is not yours, Chris. Because what you got planned for you might not be for me. So the best thing, it could be, yeah, like you got a son. You want him to take the little bit that you teaching him, but at the end of the day, he got to make his own decisions.
Absolutely.
So that goes back, you raising a young boy to be a teen, preteen to be a teen, then a teen to be a young man, then a young man to be a man. But after he become a young man, you have to let him go, because he have to make the decisions, even if it's right or wrong. He have to be able to get his bumps and bruises. Now, we're gonna always take falls. We're gonna have yays and nays in our life, and we're gonna get more nays than yays.
And I'm still learning about that.
And it took me a long time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It took me a very long time. That's dealing even in relationships. I can't go by what you went through in your relationships or in your family and say, well, I'm gonna be just like Chris. I'm gonna do what Chris do. That might not be my forte. I wanted to be a singer, a football player. God didn't make it that way. He wanted me to go through the trials and tribulations to see if I'm going to come out of it unscathed, or is it going to break me. But at the end of the day, it's going to make you or break you, or you're going to be able to educate, take heed to what you have experienced, and grow from it and build from it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Another topic we're going to talk about in the next 2 weeks. We have DuSable Picnic.
Yes.
So shout outs to DuSable Panthers, even though it's like 4 different campuses, but it's still DuSable in our hearts.
Yeah.
So what's going to be the are you going to be barbecuing there when you
I got up with my class of 1990, Bone Crew football team. You know what I'm saying? The 5 brothers that played all 4 years: Donnell, Kent, Lester, me, Alex Wall, aka Alex Walls. May he rest in peace. But it's going to be monumental this year, because a lot of us didn't last after we graduated. A lot of us didn't last. A lot of us died of AIDS. I
didn't know, but because it was very heavy throughout the years of the early 80s, mid 80s and early 90s, because like I said, I lost my oldest brother to AIDS, and I didn't know. I thought it was cancer until my mother
actually broke it down.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, and my other brothers didn't know, but my sisters knew. I was like, so y'all just gonna keep that a secret from us, because again, we're family.
They didn't want to devastate you and scare you because you was the baby. You got to understand that goes back to what we just said. Right. They still had that umbilical cord because you little bro, and they didn't want.
They still treat me like that, but I had to let them know, like, hey,
bag up.
You
feel me?
I understand I'm the youngest, but let me do my thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So our class, we was the first Columbine shooting. We didn't get televised on that. D'Artagnan Young, you know, to the young families, keep your head up. D'Artagnan was a good guy, you know what I'm saying? But we was also one of the first to have a young lady die on the table of having her baby.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, we was
Was it
Ed Dusar.
never?
Yes,
See, this is something new to me that I didn't know
we
about.
was also for a young lady named Ira Johnson.
Okay.
She was kidnapped by her mom's boyfriend and found in a vacant apartment. Ira was a bright star coming up. She was very educated.
Wow.
Erica Gaines, y'all know who I'm talking about. We went through a lot of struggles.
I see.
Between 86 and 90, we went through the diversity of everything. From us behaving at DuSable to going out right outside our door and going back into them projects. Now we have to deal with survival. And we was at the mark where all gangs intertwine. But I really respect our football team because we had diversity in our football team where they came from all lines of defense. But when we stood with that D and that Black Panther, it was about the spirit, the love,
I love it,
the respect. And we carried that on till we crossed that stage.
I like this shirt.
Level up, like you say.
Level it up. That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Shout out
and
to my girl
even,
Tina.
You know, even after DuSable, yes, I've been through a traumatic situation when I went to Wisconsin, facing 285 years. A lot of brothers went to jail for life. That's when CHA police came into Robert Taylor, and one of our brothers named Legs, Elliot Nance, he caught a murder that he didn't have to. Our coach, a lot of people didn't like our coach, John Fiolic and Coach Crow. A lot of people didn't like him, them, but I loved them because, you know, so, you know, a lot of people said that they was racist and stuff like that. I didn't see it that way. And, you know, I'm for Black people.
Yes.
I took what they did and what they said and the stance that they took in DuSable. Don't use your color as a hinder. Use the experiences out of those projects and what you learn from DuSable, and you take it to another level. Because if we thrive off us being Black and we're basically, we're not going to get our fair shake. Yes, if we fight for what we believe in, we're going to get it. We have to go through those trials and tribulations, those obstacles. But if we stand firm like we stand firm from 86 to 90, can't nobody stop us. So that's why I love my coaches. Even Rodriguez. People never knew that he played for the Denver Broncos in the early 70s. You know what I'm saying? So we had Dr. Emil Hamberlin.
Shout outs to Dr. Hamblin.
You know, we had Miss Hart. You know, she was crazy. She didn't care. She'd cuss you out. But she gave you the same intensity that the streets will. So, you know, we went through a lot at that school. But the people that survived, that's 45 and 46 today, and we out here, we're not crackheads. We struggle. We still have our downfalls or whatever the case may be, but we made it through. So I salute all my people, not just the class of 90, but the people that was before us and the people that was after us. We set that tone because we the 2000. We brought in the 2000. You feel what I'm saying? We set that tone and we gave the spirit where we not taking it. And that's why I love my team, because we was a family and we protected DuSable for 4 years, man. And we wouldn't let nothing come through us.
I miss them days, the 4 years of high school, me playing basketball, and also I was in the band too. So
right. Mr. Galloway.
Mr. Galloway. Now, actually, my band teacher when I was there was Newsom Otis, and I learned a lot from Otis. It wasn't about the music. It's about being responsible and got you prepared for life. Right. So I appreciate what Mr. Newsom Otis taught, the values, because again, I can remember it like yesterday. He'll tell you in a second. I've been teaching band since 1971, and he always state things from what he did during the Vietnam War.
Right.
So he was like, he kept it a temple for us to make sure that even if you didn't go to college, you still had responsibilities after high school. So that I appreciated. And then, you know, I had Coach Bobby Tribble. Long, a lot of people didn't know Bobby Tribble was a former teammate with the late Ben Wilson from Simeon High School.
Right.
So I was told stories about what him and Ben did like back in the day. So shout outs to Coach Bobby Tribble. He was my false-off coach. Now, varsity coach was Richard Morgan. And when I went off to college, my coach was Sam West. And from Alcorn State, shout out to Alcorn State Braves, purple and gold. And, you know, so I was the first out of 7 kids that got a bachelor's degree in communications with radio and television. Now, I was shy behind, you know, talking in front of a lot of people, but it developed personality, and it also developed my ability to speak. And because of what my mother taught me, she taught me how to pronounce your words verbally. Don't be scared to talk in front of them. Look right through them.
Right.
You know, don't be afraid. Don't look down and say, well, this, that, and that. No, you got to look dead at them in their eye, all through them. Because we as Black people, we strive for the best. And that's the problem what we lack on. We're not striving enough to reach to what we need to go to. Because that's why they having a mockery of us on television. So we got to turn that around and make them a liar. You know, so again, me coming back, first out of 7 kids, got a bachelor's degree, and my brother, he also has a culinary arts from cooking, and he got his associate's degree, and we both did it. And so everybody did their own thing, and I'm just gonna say in a positive thing that we all did our best. So we're all gonna pitch in and come together and help build a monument and build a stepping stone for when we remove from this place, our kids gonna take over our legacy. So that's the reason why we're here, to set the bar straight for our kids. So we gotta reach. If you can't reach one, you gotta teach one.
Exactly. So you know what? That's why I want to make a decree. I want to give my pledge, especially my age from 40 to 45, 46, whatever. We getting up in the age where we can't do the things that we used to, but we can also educate the people that's up under us and our future kids and our future government. You know, these kids is our history that's going to, you know, pull along our legacy. I want to make a decree to you all. Let's start loving each other. Let's start talking things out. Let's start not having hatred against ourselves. Because when you hate another Black person, or you disrespect another sister, you're actually disrespecting your mother, your potential wife, your potential brother-in-law. I love my people. We some crazy people that got a voice that's out of this world. Let's start channeling it in a direction where it's not hindering us to grow mentally. It's time to grow mentally, spiritually, economically, socially. We have to show loyalty. We have to show respect amongst each other. Respect your enemy, because love rules over everything.
Absolutely. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, we got to love them, because if we don't love them, we can't love ourselves. They are a mirror image of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. And with that being said, let's make a decree with each other. When you go to the mirror and you getting yourself ready in the morning, after you say your morning prayer, look in the mirror and say, I love you. Not just because you love yourself, you love the people that's like you, the people that want to be you, the people that envy you, the people that, even the people that's jealous of you, Just keep doing you, because with the people that's jealous of you, you best believe they mocking you because they want to be you. You know, I was jealous of Otis Wilson. I love that man. I was jealous because he was one of them hardcore hitting dudes. So I wanted to wear his number. I wanted to act like him. I wanted to be like him. You know what I'm saying? His whole aura was like he was the Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? But what he resonated on that field, I wanted to be that every day. You know what I'm saying? So love each other and respect each other. And you best believe things have changed for ourselves.
Well, coming from another perspective on IntellectualRadio.com, you're listening to another perspective. We're going to give a shout out for the parents that's been working hard, putting their kids in place for back to school.
Exactly.
So one I also was hearing that I can't think of the guy's name. He's from Chicago, but he's giving away 1,000 free book bags.
Are you talking about Chance?
Well, not just Chance. It's another guy, Jamal Green.
Okay,
that's his name.
Jamal Green. Yes, yeah. Yes, I heard of him.
Yeah, shout outs to Jamal Green. He's doing a wonderful job about making sure he turning Chicago back on the map. And
isn't that pastor?
Yeah,
that's the one that was just on the news this morning.
And he was also at the Bud Biblical Parade. So he's giving away 1,000 free book bags. So I was thinking at the barbershop, we want to do something like giving away free haircuts for back to school for the kids that's from first to sixth grade, yes, from 8 to 12. Just, I haven't talked with the owner about it, but most likely it should be a go. So I haven't set the date yet, but still keep in tune. So we're just gonna do some free haircuts for the kids for back to school, And I
also want to give out a shout out to Shalonda Jackson. It's a very good friend of mine, a very close friend. I love her dearly. Her petition that's on 111th and right off Troop. She's trying to do a back to school, pencils, book bags, right, paper. If y'all want to hit me up in my inbox or get on my page where y'all want to donate pencils and pens and notebook paper, protractors, whatever. These kids can't get the materials, like we used to, because CPS is charging.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's charging. So Shalonda Jackson, get up with me. And people that want to donate to that cause, where people can get book bags, pencil, paper, protractors, glue, pencil, carbon paper, the necessities that they need to just get through their semester of school. Get up with me in my inbox and I'll collect it. If I have to bring the little hoop de ville around and y'all put it in my trunk, I want to show a big showing for that lady that's on 111th and Troop. She got her own beauty shop. I'm gonna get all the details, so I'm gonna put it up on my page once I get everything. But until then, do not try to donate whatever you can. If it ain't materials for school, $1, just give me $1 and I can make a money order shooting it out to her, coming from the community, period. We need to help each other as best as we can. Pray on them, love these kids, because we're losing them every day. If y'all know any organization or nonprofit organization, give a hand. If it ain't nothing but being out there and making sure these kids get to school. I know we got safe passage, but they need help. We all need to take care of our village.
We all we got.
That's all we got. We all we got. And you see what's going on there. We got $300 million for CPS, and the governor trying to take that and veto that, saying that that's too much money.
And then they trying to lay off more teachers.
Laying off teachers and saying,
terrible, man.
And saying that we could rehire you, but that means their money is gonna,
going to the prison system.
Hello,
we ain't gonna say all that. But again, I'll also like to give a shout out to Vanessa Smith, who's the owner of the shop where I'm at, located on 6546 South Cottage Grove. That's where I work at. And then we have some hairstylist there. So if you want to get your hair laid and pressed to the side, she's the one. And we also have three other hairstylists as well. And I myself as a barber, and we have another barber, Ray. So I just want to give a shout out to my team out there. So keep up the good work. You're doing a good job. And we also, again, um, shout outs to DuSable Panthers. Again, we're going to have that DuSable picnic at DuSable um,
Next week. Next
no,
week.
actually, it's on the 26th.
Exactly.
The 26th from 8 until. So if you want to come through, bring some food, barbecue. We're gonna grill it up. Bring your family, your loved ones, and we're just gonna talk back to old times. And hopefully, we're gonna see Dr. Emil Hamlin there at the
He
picnic.
might be out there a little early. He's having health issues, but he's still strong and well.
Yes.
Y'all say prayers for him and all the alumni and the teachers that was there.
Please show up.
Show up. Let's show a big standing. Robert Taylor is not there, but everybody that lived in Robert Taylor went through DuSable at once upon a time.
Some Stateway, because I'm from Stateway.
So let's represent that and represent that we can all get along and be family. You got old school every Sunday on 47th Street, giving a shout out to Taylor Park. You know what I'm saying? They were some of the biggest role models in there for us to play baseball, basketball, box. We had swimming, It was some good things going on besides all the turmoil. So, don't think about the bad things. Let's think about that togetherness. Hopefully I can say this kick-ass production. Jojo, Leroy, Derek, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do it like y'all do it every year. I'm giving y'all shots out because y'all's the neighborhood DJs from day one. Y'all taught people like DJ Sluggo, DJ Stu, DJ Joe Tex. I'm going to rep you, Joe Tex, so don't even trip. We had a lot of people that's into music. High Beam, you know what I'm saying?
The list goes on.
The list goes on. We got Tyrone Blanchard, you know what I'm saying? You were a big inspiration to the community. A lot of you brothers that don't get recognized, I'm recognizing you on IntellectualRadio.com. Another perspective.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap this up.
We still got 10 minutes.
Sorry. Okay, cool. Well, again, like I said, for those who still in tune with Another Perspective, and also Facebook Live and on YouTube, again, I'll say this again, for the DuSable committee, and for those, please tell a friend that, again, save the date, August the 26th, from 8 until, I don't know when they're gonna kick us out the football field, but it's going to be live because last year I went there and I had a good time. Only stayed for about a couple of hours. Met I ran some of my classmates, class of 2001. Shout outs to my classmates, DuSable Love, and again, we're going to turn up out there. So,
yeah. Well, I'm going to give this last few minutes. I had something heavy on my heart.
Go ahead.
My brother, 100K, he had to change his schedule during his work.
Yeah.
But I want y'all to really, really, promote SDMG, Sound Daily Productions.
Absolutely. Oh.
And my boy Ali, he's the film. Also, Marcus Wall, aka Marcus Walls, he's doing a film for DePaul University. I'm giving shots out to you all because
y'all holding it down.
Y'all holding it down.
Man.
Even though it's me and Chris, y'all spirit is still here. When on this show, we don't have an agenda. We just talk our minds and just get it on out there because this is like everyday conversations.
Absolutely.
We don't have a specific guideline that what we talk about. Anything we want to talk about, if it's love, relationship, what's going on in our neighborhoods, what's in our households, what could we do to change the spirits and the mindsets of our community? I see you out there, brother. You lost your car. Get on his GoFundMe page. Help him get the Hood Hope Mobile back in action because that brother has been out there ridiculously trying to save his community. We have Inglewood, Hope. I want y'all to get up with those non-profits. Go to your churches. Go to the community leaders. Go to your aldermen. Let them know your voice need to be heard, because we need to clean our streets up just for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Those vacant lots, you know, when you see grandmama and grandpa out there raking, y'all go help them. Y'all don't have to stay out there all day. Go get them some water.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. They too busy doing this.
Selfies. Yeah.
Baby, and we live.
You know, you sisters, stop disrespecting yourself. Yes, I'll be the main person commenting saying how beautiful you are, but y'all know how far to go. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, stop disrespecting the sisters, because we need them. They got our backs at the end of the day. We got to show that we got leadership. We got to show that we are a man of our home, our household.
I love it.
Any situations that y'all got going on, we can squash that, because everybody got trials and tribulations. Everybody got ups and downs. Everybody has situations that sometimes you can't bear. Start looking out for yourselves. Start looking out for your community. Look at them kids. You know, if y'all see that they looking bad, don't talk about them. Just do something about it. If they're hungry, buy them a cheeseburger. Anything, just to put a smile on somebody's face. You know,
Food for thoughts.
Food for thought. Respect each other. You know, this is IntellectualRadio.com. This is another perspective. And like I say, we unorthodox. We talk about everything. Chris?
Absolutely. Well, again, I want to give a shout out to my family, loved ones who's listening to. And last Sunday, I helped one of my buddies win a basketball tournament game. I had like 15 points.
Yes, sir.
4 assists, 1 steal, but I ain't had no rebounds. But so I was just scoring it. But we won by, the score was what, 50-47. Shout out to Emmanuel Stewart, if you're listening. I'm just letting you know that we're gonna win this again this Sunday. So we play at Windy City Fieldhouse over there on what's that, 2365 West Logan. So we play this Sunday at noon. So, and just hopefully this game gonna be pretty decent.
And one more thing I want to bring up: the situation that happened at the United Center.
Okay.
Come on, people. If you don't have no team spirit, you don't need to go to no games. Point blank, period. You see the police out there, they ready to shoot you.
Oh, wow.
I know. I've been through the same situation.
Wow, I remember.
You know, stop it. Y'all sitting up here, y'all videotaping these fights like it's cool. At the end of the day, somebody get killed and you didn't help that person from getting killed, you're gonna get charges just as well as the person that actually did it, because you got it on camera, and you'd rather videotape it than to say, hey, it's not cool. Chill out. Grab your friends that's fat mouthing. Best believe my brothers, when they see that I'm going off, you best believe they jack me up. Ace, you wrong, man. We'll deal with you later. Come on, let's get up out of this jam. Come on, y'all. These people is trying to show that they have team spirit. Y'all give them some strength by supporting them. Win, lose, or draw. Be good sportsmen. If you lose, hey, you ain't gonna win them all. You best believe my team, when I played for Dusaba, we lost a lot of games, but we showed team spirit and we fought to the bitter end. We might have got beat, but we didn't lose the fight.
So
we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up a little early today because it is what it is.
But it's about time.
It's about that time.
Well,
so I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. This is IntellectualRadio.com. This is another perspective. I'm Ace the Real.
And I'm Chris Davis, aka Smooth Cuts, and you're tuning in on another perspective. Shout outs to 100K and Reese. We got your back. So peace and love.